Alright, it's been about a year since I started driving tankers. I have about 6 months of chemical hauling experience, and the other 6 is fuel hauling. And I wanted to revisit my topic that I made about 6 months ago about fuel hauling versus chemical hauling because I went and rewatched that video, and I had not hauled fuel at that time, so I had no fuel hauling experience. The only thing that I knew is what I saw off YouTube and stuff, but now I've been out in the field, have a lot better understanding of the fuel hauling industry. So yeah, let's talk about this a little bit. So with chemical hauling, you're going to be hauling a smoothbore tanker. You're going to be hauling a lot of different hazmat stuff, corrosive, combustible, flammable, a lot of different stuff. Now these tankers are set up differently than what we use in fuel hauling, okay? There's only one compartment in this thing, okay? So you got one compartment, you've got a dome lid at the top with a ladder on the side of the trailer, and you have an inner valve inside the trailer, and you have an outer valve on the back of the trailer. Usually I've seen them in the middle of the trailer too. To load these trailers, there's really only one way you can load these trailers, these chemical trailers, from the top. And I never loaded a single chemical trailer. We didn't load them at all. Everything was top load, and that was by the company that was loading the trailer where we're getting the product from. They did all of the loading, and they did some of the unloading. The thing that is cool about chemical is normally you're going to be driving a lot, and it's kind of fun being over the road or regional, and seeing different places and stuff like that. But there's not a lot of driver interaction, and I'll speak more on that in a little bit. But yeah, you're not really doing much. You're just sort of just driving. I would say it's like the dry van of tanking. Oh, that's a horrible analogy, but you get what I'm saying. So chemical hauling is good. It pays pretty good, but I've made a lot more money in fuel hauling. I will just say that. And yeah, so for chemical hauling, you're going to use sometimes what's called a pickle suit, we call them. It's a hazmat suit when you're doing corrosive stuff. It's like a big rubber suit with boots and gloves. And guys, in the summertime, especially like if you're in Texas or somewhere with high heat, Florida, that is hot as hell. It gets so hot. When I first started, they told me you might pass out in this suit. If you feel like you're going to see stars or you're going to pass out, take that thing off and go in the truck, because people have passed out from heat stroke wearing that suit. Now that doesn't happen super often, but it can happen, okay? I felt that was worth mentioning. I did enjoy chemical hauling, but the company that I was at Service Transport out of Augusta, and so I would do like dry bulk. I was trained on dry bulk pneumatic trailers and everything. And the only thing I didn't like about that, like if I went, it was weird the way this company worked. Like they had a lot of runs. Like I went to Green Bay, Wisconsin several times. That was my favorite run because I could do it in 4 days. It was a 4-day work week and it was good money. They had Indiana, Mississippi. They go everywhere. But like if you got back on a Wednesday, if you left Monday and got back on a Wednesday, my boss would like have me do local stuff, but the local stuff, like, it didn't pay at all. Like it didn't pay much at all. So like when I did a dry bulk pneumatic tanker, that's a lot of unloading. You're unloading those dry bulk trailers for like 3 hours. And you'd be outside for 3 hours messing with the air gauges, getting the stuff off the truck, and it would pay like $200 or something. And I'm like, damn, I just yeah, it was easy. Like I only spent probably 4 hours doing that run, but still, like, you could only do really one run a day. And even if you picked up another like preload or something, it's like you got half a day's pay or something. But I don't know. I liked that job, but for me, the money really wasn't there, and I lived like 2 hours from the terminal, so even just making that drive twice a week was too much. But I sort of took that job because I could not get into fuel hauling at first. I couldn't even like talk to companies and stuff because they wouldn't give me a chance. And this is what I spoke on in the other video, okay? So I was at that chemical job for 4 months, and I was on vacation one week, and I had talked to a fuel hauler at a racetrack at he was from Usher, but I ended up working for Team Logistics and getting my cards. And even Team Logistics was an awesome job. That was a good job. Like, I've only had 2 fuel hauling jobs. Team Logistics, and right now I'm at Gemini Loves. And it's just a whole nother world. Like, I had it completely confused. I'm like, oh, these guys work long hours. Your sleep schedule is going to be messed up. You'll be home, but not that much because you're working 12 hours a day. Guys, it's way better than I expected. Fuel hauling is so much better. I don't work 12 hours a day all that often. It's normally like 10 or 11, but I never have a problem sleeping, and I'm up. I literally wake up at like noon or 1 and go to work at 5 or 6. So it's awesome. And I've always been on nights in fuel hauling at Team Logistics and at Gemini. I've always been at nights. It's awesome. It is interactive. You're getting out of the truck a lot, and you're doing everything that goes on with that truck and tank is in control by you. There's not a single other person helping you. Whereas in chemical, you're going to the chemical place, and you're still seeing receivers. You're waiting on the loaders or unloaders. There's a lot of downtime in chemical. There is zero downtime in fuel hauling, unless you're waiting for another driver at the rack. But at nights, in my area, that doesn't happen very often. But you're in charge of everything. You load it, you unload it, you drive everything. That's the beauty of fuel hauling. You're not at the mercy of any other person. You're not waiting on paperwork. You're doing your own paperwork. As soon as you clock in and do your pre-trip, it's go time. You don't have to wait on anybody. You can work at your own pace. So that was something that, like, I didn't mention in the other video. I did mention about having baffled trailers, and you don't have any surge at all in fuel hauling, but it's a lot better than I expected it to be. I'm not going anywhere. Like, as far as trucking goes, like, fuel hauling is my last stop, and I'm glad it only took me like 5 years to find that, because you know, it's everything that I thought it was, but it's a little bit better. It's a lot better than I thought it was. So yeah, fuel hauling is awesome. If you have a chance to do it, go do it and try it. I imagine I can't see how somebody wouldn't like it. I guess if they're like not trying to get out of the truck a lot, because I did work with some guys, like the guys who trained me in chemical. This guy was like 68 years old. I'm like, man, why are you not retired? But he was saying, I don't want to do fuel hauling because I'm not trying to get in and out of the truck all the time. But there's plenty of older people that do fuel hauling. I think they don't realize, like, you're not wrestling around with hoses like you think you are, especially at Gemini. Like, our hoses are already on the ground. Literally hooking up loading arms, hooking up one end of the hose to the compartment. I only have 2 compartments. And yeah, as far as I know, we're the only company that has like 2 compartments in the trailers. But guys, it doesn't matter how many compartments you have. When you're new, it really doesn't matter what company you go with. Just get your experience, get your cards, get your feet wet, because fuel hauling it's the best local job that you can have in truck driving. I'm going to say that. No, it's not the best job you can have. Of course, there's a lot better jobs out there, but as far as local trucking goes, it's very hard to beat. The consistency, the schedule, the time off, the pay, the benefit, it's hard to beat. So anyways, guys, I'm going to cut this short. We're going on 10 minutes here, but stay safe, keep on trucking. Later.